Alright, so this is a little bit of an experiment. Jing is not cooperating as of the moment in uploading easily, so I am going to try and play the video that I just created and then upload it with this other software. So bear with me for a second if this sounds very hard to hear or otherwise weird.
Hello. My intention with this video is to show you an example of student work in how they knocked my socks off with these FCAs in her project. So through this video, I want to show you intentional organization, how she intentionally organizes, uses intentional word choice, close scrutiny of textual diction, and transitions. So first, I think that it makes sense to simply go over her paragraphs. So I'm going to read them to you, and you read along, and then I'll go through and pull out where those awesome ideas are. This is the thesis about the sickness. I decided to stick with that one for consistency's sake, and both of these paragraphs are about Antony. Not only does the death of Caesar impact the state, the conspiracy deteriorates Antony's gentle demeanor and poisons his psyche. In the beginning of the play, Antony is characterized as a good, loyal friend, for he affirms Caesar's wishes. When Caesar says, "Do this," it is performed. But even Brutus says Antony has a quick spirit, and Caesar notes his playful demeanor, indicating he loves plays and music. He's innocent. However, after the rightful ruler is overthrown, Antony intentionally seeks to let slip the dogs of war in order to compensate for the foul deeds that smells above the earth. His diction is ripe with imagery of rotting. Apparently, Rome literally reeks of foul deeds. While he asserts he is meek and gentle among butchers, after Caesar's death, Antony transforms as a result of the murder, changing to one of the deadliest murderers, conspiring against the conspirators themselves and Rome at large. He wants Rome to rot, criticizing those who would not move the stones of Rome to rise in mutiny. He also encourages the people to fire the traitors' houses. No evidence suggests a will exists. He simply wants utter havoc unleashed on Rome, making mothers smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. He invites both dogs and chaos into the capital, and fulfilling previous omens of having fire threaten Caesar's rule. Antony's twisted sense of power is representative of the sickness that results in the unlawful removal of Caesar. His political aims and personal goals are slanted toward himself, not the people. Antony's change not only illustrates his own poisoning, it also highlights how political aims of rebel forces are turned away from the desires of the people and toward their own self-serving goals. So clearly an impressive paragraph with excellent analysis. There's a couple syntax problems. Like, I think there's something weird about this sentence because it doesn't know, we don't know who they are. And here their analysis could be a little tighter. But overall, I think this is excellent. So first, I want to speak to the intentional organization. Here, they have this little tiny paragraph which explains that Antony in the beginning is characterized as a good, loyal friend. This writer found that it was worthy of showing his gentle demeanor before he changed to a poisoned psyche. So this little paragraph just says, look, he's innocent. Look at this. And then he's evil. So I think this is a good example of how you don't have to be so cookie cutter in your formatting, because this topic sentence intimates toward both this topic and then also this topic, but it only takes on the goal of the gentle demeanor, and then this one shows the transition. So I think that that shows intentional organization very well. So, next point. I'm going to pause this and highlight all the words that seem to me like it's intentional diction of using language that is like rotting, echoing the thesis. Here's an example of what I mean. This writer used poisons, psyche, ripe, rotting, reeks. This echoes the idea of social sickness. See if you can do the same thing with this paragraph. See if you can highlight or underline what ideas seem in line with that diction, and then contrast and compare. I'm going to give you the answers, so you should pause the video now and see if you can pull out those examples too. Alright, there's my answers. So this should give you two takeaways so far. One being that you should have intentional organization, that's an FCA, and that you two should use diction that echoes the point or the tone of your own thesis. So come back for the second video on close scrutiny. So click down to the next guy.